Welcome to today's session, Structured Query Language SQL, presented by me, Vivek Sharma. Uh, and I have completed about me a little bit about me. I have completed my BTech and from Electronics and Communications, and now I'm pursuing MBA from MBA in Data Business Analytics. This session is brought by Connect2Roots. Connect2Roots is a non-profit organization conceptualized, managed, and run by a group of Indian with specialization in India in areas of information, economy, culture, and polity. Basically, they follow the model of civic driven change. So they believe that when the civic society actively participate, then some changes can be proactive, changes can be brought in the society. The main motto, as you can see, to act as a platform where every citizens of India staying outside their city, village can connect to their roots and fulfill their dreams of giving back to the same and to which they belong. As you can know that Excel and it's a booming market. Knowing Excel is one of the powerful tools for data analysis, and so that SQL helps you to interact with the databases. And the job roles that you can land is data analyst, financial analyst, operation manager, business analyst. And your salary can range if you are an entry level, you get 3 to 5 lakhs, mid level 10 lakhs, and experience if you are experienced, it's 15 lakhs per. You can earn 15 lakhs per annum. Moreover, since this world is all upon data, data is new gold. So this is one of the booming market, and knowing Excel, SQL, visualization tools like Power BI and Tableau help you to land a very good job in this current job market. Introduction: SQL is a structured query language. Is one of the tool to managing and interacting with the database. SQL is a language used to interact with the database. Why we need to use the SQL? Since Excel is already provided with more facilities and features, but since SQL, in Excel there is only a limited number of rows and columns. Moreover, the runtime cost is so very much. In a real-time scenario, in an organization point of view, when you can come to see that an organization generates lots of millions and millions of data, and since we need a tool to extract this and interact with the database, there comes SQL comes in handy. SQL receives and receive specific information from database to update and delete data, define and manipulate the structure of the data. SQL database are highly structured, and these are similarly organized into tables, rows, and columns. The language is intuitive and easy to learn, making it a standard choice for data management. Why do we need SQL? Imagine you have a large data set with millions of records. Manually handling this in the spreadsheet becomes impractical. So SQL database provides efficient storage of large amount of data, structured organization, relation among the database. So there be a database with number of their tables. One tables contain the employee details, tables containing the qualification details, some tables contain the location details. Every table is interrelated. So by giving a simple SQL command, you can extract information. Concurrent access, multiple users can access at the same time, but it does not changes in the original database, or multiple user can perform operation at the similar time. Security controls, it provides permissions such as some users need only to read, or you can modify, or you can provide permission to modify. So basically everyone does not need read and modify. Whenever you are analyzing data in Python, R, or any other form, SQL helps to extract the necessary information from the company database. So what is RDMS system? So relational database management system is a specified software designed to manage relational databases. To manage relational data, key characteristics are there that it's followed principle of EF code in 1970. You can read it more about it. You will come very much to know what is primary key, how what are the foreign keys, how the tables are related. So you go through it. Tables data is organized in tables, columns, rows. Each table consists of columns which are named as fields and rows as records. Data integrity, accuracy, and validity is maintained. SQL interface for the users to interact with the database. So SQL is basically the interface for the user to interact with the database. So there are many RDMS systems like MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, and PostgreSQL. Coming to the basic structure, this is the basic structure of the SQL. As you can see, select what is the select statement. What are columns that you want to extract? Don't need every columns every time. So what are the columns that you want to extract? For that, you have a select statement. What are the for each table do you want to extract? How then the SQL know that we form table you want to extract? For that, you have prompt statement. There is just like in SQL, if you have used the filters option, where is just like filter option. If you want to apply any filter on a specific data that is already available in your database or in the table, then you use where. Group by statement is aggregate. It's used to aggregate data. We will be seeing later how the group by statement works. Having statement. Suppose we want to know customer wise how many sales they have. So customer wise, when you want to know the sales, you are using what we are doing. That we are what you are doing the total amount of sales. So you're using an aggregate function like sum. So when we are using a sum, this is something that is not there in the database. You are doing it by yourself. So when you are doing it by yourself, so sum. So suppose Ram has made in a retail store. Ram has multiple buying in the month, but you want to know that how many sales that Ram has month. Do you want to know the total sales that Ram has done in that month? So what we will be doing, we will be aggregating, we will be combining how many sums that Ram has done. Suppose he has done in one day, he has buyed 100 rupees. One day he has buyed 1,000 rupees thing. But the end of the month, what we need, Ram, and we want a single value across it, that is 1,100. That's the thing where the group by statement comes in handy. But the having statement is something, it's just like a filter. But where clause is applied in your database. Whereas when you want to apply something that is created by you, so since the some column that is created by you, that is not there in database. So when you are doing the filter statement, and you want to use the having statement, you want to use the having statement, then you need to use the filter option, because it's not there in the database. It's not there in the database. It's you are creating it by yourself. So when you use this filter, you cannot use the where clause, because where clause when you want to use the filter that is already there in your database. But when something is created by you that's not there in your database, you want to use the having statement, which will be seeing it next in coming slides. So what is order by? Order by something that if you want to arrange, how do you want to arrange your data? Is it ascending order? Is it in order descending order? For ascending order, it's ASC. For descending order, is DESC. So for ascending order is AAS. ASC is the code, and SQL by default, you don't mention anything, it will take ASC ascending. And limit is the number of rows that you want to visit. Number of rows, specific rows that you want. So suppose a database contains millions of data, but you don't need to call everything to know what is to get a sense of the data. What are the columns? What are the type of data types? What are the type of data that are available in the database? For that, you don't need to call the entire database at a time. So you can use the limit to see the number of rows, to see what are the data. So limit 10. So it will display on the 10 rows. So next come the select statement. So this is a table. Suppose this is an employee table. You want to select all the columns. You want to know all the data. So for that, if you want to know all the data in a table, select star. The star represents total rows in a data set. If you want to know all the rows in a data set, so then to select star or asterisk as you mentioned. Select star from employees. So which table? From employees. If you want to select specific column, just suppose first name and last name. Since you want to have a first name, last name, select first name, comma, last name. Everything here in SQL is separated by comma from employees table. So filter rows based on the salary. So you can see here. Wait a second. Okay. Wait. Okay. So count. So count all the rows in the product table. So since we want to count, we want to use some aggregate function which is not there. So select count star. Star means I have already said if all the data, all the rows. So it will calculate all the rows and give you a number. So output is 5. Means there are 5 rows. From which table? From product table. From if you want to select a product, how many product vendors are there? How many product vendors are there? So select count how many product vendors. Select the product name, product vendor from product. Count the distinct value. When you want to know the how many distinct product line are there. For example, in the product line you can see there are motorcycles, there are classic cars, but we want to know only the distinct name. How many there? Because in a database you cannot just see and say because there are millions and millions of data. So we want to know the unique one. So unique, there is a statement in the SQL is distinct. So select count distinct product line from product. So it is two results. So one is motorcycle, one is classic cars. So count unique product as same by the vendor's name. How want to count a product? Since here we will come to know how can we use the by statement. See, select product vendor. There is column name in the product vendor as you can see it earlier. There is a column name called product vendor. See, product vendor. Now you want to know what are the how many unique products are there. So every product have a product ID and which unique. So count distinct product code as is the alias. Something that you want to for more readability, for more good readability of the code, we use alias. So even simple user or other user, a third party user who is seeing your code from outside can understand it. So as unique product. From which table? From product table. So group by what? Group by what you are doing on this. Count distinct product code on the basis of product vendor. So product vendor you want to group by. So group by product vendor. It's a simple some a simple shortcut also. When you want to when you are using a set statement and you are doing an aggregate function inside it, then always there will be a group by clause. Group by clause will always having the column names that are there in the database. So product vendor is there in your database, but count distinct product as unique product is not there in data. It's something that you have created on it. And if you see the logic behind it, then you are aggregating the data, you are combining the data based on your product vendor, because there may be a number of products that a product vendor sells, but you want to know the unique products that a product vendor sells. Then product vendor, suppose A sells 1 2 3 4 5 unique products, B sells 3 unique products. But we want to know, when you use group by statement, what we want to know: product A sells 5 unique products, product B sells 3 unique. For that, why we use a product group by clause, and you are applying group by clause on what? On product vendor. So product group by product vendor. Count the number of product in each. See, as is, you can see, select product line. Product line is there in the database or in the table. Count star from production product line is there, and you are using an aggregate function here, group product line. Now coming in the similar fashion, you can use every aggregate function. I am not going everything through it because similar way is self-explanatory. So you can see, even if you want to know the average, you want to know the highest. If you want to know the minimum, you can use the minimum. If you want to know the highest, you can use the maximum. So order rows by salary in descending order. Select star from all the employees. Order by the salary in the descending order. So now come the group by statements. Group by statement is commonly used to aggregate data and inside format, as I already mentioned you and explained in the previous slide. So first it does in three phases. First is split the data. The data set is divided into chunks based on the row based on values chosen from the aggregate. As I mentioned, Sham can be making many number of sale in the retail store. Similar way, Ram can be also making many number of retail store. First, it will be splitting all the Shams, all the Ram. Then it will be coming applying aggregate function. What we want to know? What do you want to know? How what is the maximum sale that Sham does, or what is the total sale that is total? We will be using sum. Or want to know the maximum, we will be using max function. Then we will combining it. If you want to do the sum, then we will combine it and doing the all the aggregate, all the sum, and giving the one single value. The outputs from the previous table are combined into a unique table providing a single value. Find the top 10 countries. So there is a company's database, and we want the top 10 countries which have highest number of unicorns. So top 10. First thing that should come to your mind is top 10 means you have to use a limit statement. So limit 10. Since we want to only know 10 companies, so 10. Then we come the, since we want to know the highest number, so we know the number that is not there in your database. So count. So count, when it's count, we are using aggregate function group by clause to count. So these are something that by seeing a questions that by seeing a problem statement should directly come to your brain. And we want the top highest number. So highest number means what? We want the highest number on the top. So we have to order by the descending order. So let's come here, select country, count star as the company's form, companies group by country, or by country in the descending order, limit 10. So it will be showing top 10 countries with the highest number of unicorn. Having, the having clause is often used with a group by clause. So as I already mentioned, if you want to apply a filter, in a something aggregate function that's not there in your database, then you have to use the having clause. So group by. So first, what we do first, having clause is often concerned with the group by. So first we will be using group by, then we will be using the aggregate function. Then if you want to use any specific objective, specific filter, then you have to use the having clause since it is not there. For example, there is an employee table and it has employee ID, name, gender, salary, department, and experience. We will know the total salary of each department and display only those departments where total salary exceeds 5,000. See, first we have to know the department, so we select the department. Then we want to know the total salary. So in a department there may be multiple employees. Multiple employees may be having salaries. So we want to know which department has more than $50,000 salary. So what will we be applying? So we'll be applying, there is a salary column, we will be applying some function. So since we are using an aggregate function, we have to use a group by function. Since we want to know we want to use a filter, since we want to know more than 50,000. So you are using a filter on aggregate function. So you have to use the having clause. So select department as sum as salary. We have put an alias as total salary from, since it is an employee table. Group by, obviously department by department you are grouping, and having, since we are applying a filter on a aggregate function, so having some salary more than 50,000. So it will display all the departments who have salary more than 50,000. So that's all. Thank you.